Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking my arm balance tutorials. Last week we worked on elephant pose and then 8-angle pose. And then the third top arm balance that got reviewed was, I always want to say Kundalini lately. My brain is like, becoming a mom has like way frazzled my brain. Kundinyasana, which is flying splits. Okay, so again, make sure you're warmed up, your wrists are feeling good, your shoulders and arms are nice and warm, and your hips are open. It's really important to have open hips in this one. Okay, so to get into this pose, there are a couple ways. One way that I teach a lot in my classes is from lizard pose. So from lizard pose, you've got one leg up in front, you're in a low lunge, arms are down, hands are inside the foot, shoulder width apart. And then your bent leg is toes out, heel in, so that your hips can like really open. And you're going to tuck your back toes and lift the knee like lizard pose. Get nice and strong in your hips and lift it. A slight rounding in your shoulders, activate your core. Bend the elbows into chaturanga elbows, which is a 90-degree angle, okay? And then you're actually going to scoot them in close enough that you can kind of make contact with your elbow to your rib cage. With the leg that's bent, you're gonna scoot your shoulder underneath, heel toe the foot a little closer so you can hug your knee against your shoulder. And then bend, bend, bend like you're doing a push-up or chaturanga. Start to slide that bent leg forward like you're gonna do the split. So you need to have really flexible hamstrings for this. You can also bend the knee, but it might be a little difficult to float the heel off the earth. That's the next step. The next step after floating that foot up is to lean forward. So shift forward on your back toes and then dip your chest down and trust that your elbow's gonna catch you. And then start to really shift forward, press into all 10 fingers and float that back leg up. All right, you might kiss the earth a couple times. I came down onto my knee, my back knee, and then my front foot made contact at about the same time. And then you can sort of scoot back, heel toe that front foot back. Come into tabletop pose, sway your hips side to side and breathe. Catch your breath. It's okay to quiver. Just like any arm balance, that recovery is for real. It's like legit because you get, pretty fatigued. So I'm really feeling this here in my arms, my upper arms, my wrists. And then when I'm in the pose, certainly in my hamstring of the front leg that's extending. But I love the rush afterwards, like catching my breath, feeling the recovery. There's something that just like energizes my body. That's what I wanted to talk about too with arm balances. So the reason I am such a big advocate for them and the reason I like to teach them and the reason I like to practice them when I'm taking class is because of the way they make me feel. I feel so strong. And even when I'm learning something new and I'm not nailing it and I'm not getting it, it's like the process of it is such a fun challenge in my body. And keeping my practice fun is a big value and principle of mine. And I hope that you like to have fun in your practice too. It brings a lightheartedness. It brings me into the present moment. It reminds me that like life doesn't have to be so serious. And it's just something that I enjoy. Like that's just fun to me, is to be physical and active. But then there are other lessons that being on my arms and inverting and getting stronger in my practice has given me over the years. I've learned resilience. I've learned that where we are is never where you have to stay, that growth is incremental over time, that I am strong and that I have endurance and I can change my endurance levels. They can go backwards and they can go forward. They can maintain. They change day to day depending on your health and how you feel. But overall, there's so many things that, just like with anything with yoga, we are actually going deeper. Svadhyaya is self-study. We're taking these lessons off the mat and there are ways that they apply. So enjoy your practice, have fun, and never shy away from stuff because you feel like you're either judging yourself or you're afraid someone else is going to judge you for being in your ego or something. Like, it's your practice, it's your self-study, and only you can really tell yourself the truth and learn. Satya is truth in yoga, and that is for you to discover when you're looking at yourself and you're practicing self-study, Svadhyaya. Okay, so let's do the other side or a different angle, just in case that side didn't look good recording. We'll try this one. Okay, so another way to get into this pose, by the way, okay, I'm gonna do the same leg, but just getting into it a different way, and you can see this side as I get into it. Another way to get into this pose is down dog, okay? So big breath in, big breath out. Have control of your breath before you do anything. Pranayama, breath control. It's your life force energy. It's something to bring our awareness to. It anchors us to the present moment. Okay, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Bend your elbows and let the right elbow make contact with your right outer rib cage or hip. Left leg straightens out. Right on top of that left elbow, we're in chaturanga arms. Hands are shoulder width apart. From here, if your back toes are touching the earth, see if you can shift forward, press into all 10 fingers and start to float that back leg up. Press the earth away as you do that. Weight is even between both palms. Both legs are extending as much as they can. All right, right knee down, left foot down, walk it back. You can also try to float that leg all the way back into a three-legged down dog. Okay, it's up to you, and it's about where you're at today and what you want to try. Okay, big breath in, heels rise. Exhale, knees to the earth. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope you enjoy your arm balance journey. Never judge yourself for it. Never let anyone tell you you're being too much in your ego. That's for you to decide. All right, namaste. It's good to be strong.